Happy Thursday, everyone, and Happy New Year. This is Krystal Lucier, also known as your Home Sweet Home 519 Realtor, Krystal Lee Moore with Lepage Triland Realty in London, Ontario, and this is episode 22 of Realtor Life, a fun and entertaining way to learn about life in the trenches as a real estate professional in Ontario, and hopefully to learn some valuable lessons along the way. Now for this week's 5 Circle Goals, inspired by Buffini & Company, which are goals for the 5 circles of our lives: spiritual, family, business, financial, and personal. I hope you're choosing goals for yourselves every week and writing them down. My spiritual goal this week is to continue to journal and support Forest City Church. I am really excited about how much we were able to donate to local charities last year. I think we made a difference, guys. For my family goal, I'm taking time to focus on the ones I love with time, phone calls, or video calls. I'm also making sure to be present when I get to spend time with Brett and our kids. For my business goal, I am so excited about the new year. I'm 15% of the way to my 2022 goal already. My mission is to serve and guide amazing buyers and sellers, and I feel so grateful that my career allows me to do just that. For my financial goal, we are still aiming for a second investment property, and it's exciting. I also incorporated my business at the end of last year, so I'm pretty pumped about the whole process. And finally, for my personal goal, I'm focusing on enjoying meals and life. I'm reading Deepak Chopra's book, What Are You Hungry For? And it is amazing, truly. The key is just to sit down at a table and enjoy your meals and not to eat at any other time or away from the table. Simple enough. I hope that hearing about my 5 circle goals has inspired you to choose or write down your own 5 circle goals. I'd love to hear more about them. You can go to my website at www.krystalleemore.ca and find my contact info, or send me an email at krystalleemore@royallepage.ca. And now for this week's message. Gratitude. Gratitude is one of the things in life that I value most. It's something that I give freely and that I expect. So what exactly does that mean? What is gratitude? To me, gratitude is just being appreciative, saying thank you. And I will have to say that as I've gone the 11 years as a real estate broker, and in the time before that, working at the law firms and working in customer service, something about being grateful and going above and beyond just has stuck with me. I love showing gratitude to my clients. Anytime someone does something for me, I always say thank you. I run a group of realtors. I run a group of London businesses. I used to run a group of Guelph businesses, and I work with a lot of local businesses. I give them a lot of business and they give me business, and it's great. What I've noticed lately, and not just with the people I work with, but the people my colleagues work with, there's a big lack of thank you going on. When we go through all of our expenses and we look at where we're spending our money, we can be giving people a lot of money every year. And if you sit back and look at who's saying thank you and who's not even saying thank you, who's not really even sending you a card in the mail or an email or something at least once a year, is really surprising. So I have to say, what I do is I send a thank you. I try to show all my gratitude. If somebody works with me, they get a little gift, they get a little card, they get something that says, it means a lot that you chose me. My advice to everyone out there is, if you're not doing it, your clients might never say anything to you, but they might not feel great about working with you. Make them feel important. Make someone feel like they not only chose you and it was amazing, but they really feel like it mattered. I had a review today from some of my clients. They're longtime clients, buyers and sellers, and I asked them for some little sound bites because I need to send out a mail out. And what they said to me almost made me cry. They said that they enjoyed my professionalism. They were blown away by how on the ball I was and how knowledgeable I was. And what really stuck with me is that my client said, I make everyone feel important. Isn't that what we all want, to feel important? So can we make people feel important? Yes. Whether you are a real estate agent or a stager or a photographer or a lender or a printer or whatever your role is, say thank you. Yes, it's true that you do a job and that's great and it's important and you do a really good job at your job, but that's not enough. You need to show that gratitude. You need to say, you chose me and it matters. And if you don't, the next person will, and you'll probably lose that business because people want to feel appreciated. The next thing I'm going to mention is a really, really cool book called StoryBrand. StoryBrand is awesome. It's by Donald Miller, and I was introduced to StoryBrand by Richard Robbins International. Talk about a company going out of their way to make you feel special. I hooked up with Richard Robbins International in November, and I went to a virtual conference. It was really, really cool. It was the first virtual conference I've gone to where the energy just was palpable. You could just feel everything going on, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I signed up, and I wasn't really sure if it was the right fit, to be honest. I called them up and I said, listen, I'm not sure if this is right. And I was blown away. I had a one-on-one call from one of the people that runs it, and they sent me a whole thank you package. They included this book and really went above and beyond to make sure I was taken care of, including a card and a thank you, and it just really made me feel great. So if you're ever wondering, does a thank you card matter? Yes, it does. Because if you've ever received one, you can really feel how your clients or your friends or your colleagues might feel when you give them a thank you card. So, building a story brand, why do I like it? I actually heard Donald Miller speak at the conference. At least I think it was Donald Miller. Somebody spoke about StoryBrand at this conference. It was very overwhelming. There was a lot of information. But the point is that when we're advertising, when we're showing our brand, we want to go in the same formula. We want to use the same formula that they use for stories, for movies, for plots. Why? Why do we want to do this? Because we need to be really clear with our audience. What is it that we're selling? And he actually put it into this thing. There's 3 questions you want to answer with every single thing you do, and you want to answer them right away. What do you offer? How will it make my life better? What do I need to do to buy it? That's it. And you need to be able to look at anything, whether it's your website, whether it is an advertisement, whether it is your Facebook page, your Instagram page, a post, whatever it is. What do you offer? How will it make my life better? What do I need to do to buy it? Very simple. It seems simple anyway. So if you are selling houses and you have pictures of houses, it seems simple enough. But the other key is that the hero in the story, so the main person, the protagonist in this story, is not you. It's your client. So someone who's buying a house, they need to know that they are the hero and you are the guide. So your role as the guide is awesome. If you're just talking about yourself as the hero, okay, that's great, but then they want to find someone else who can guide them. So this book has been eye-opening. I'm not done yet, and it actually warns that you need to get to the end and do all the exercises, and I'm super excited. So I've heard great things. I recommend it, Building a Story Brand. And the other book I just wanted to mention was, I think I mentioned it last time, but it's called Welcome Back by Dr. Elaine Chin. I finished that over the holidays, and it is wonderful. It's really kind of I don't know how to describe it best, a light science version of COVID and kind of what should we do to stay healthy and to deal with being locked down, to deal with coming back? What was the background, things like that. So it's actually really interesting. Dr. Elaine Chin actually works in Toronto. I also connected with her through a podcast that she did with Richard Robbins. So I'm really enjoying it. I've really enjoyed the break. I don't know if everyone was able to rest and recharge. It was a different holiday this year. We all tried to stay safe and stay away from each other as much as we could. COVID, the Omicron strain, is running rampant right now, and it's pretty scary. It is pretty scary. I think the biggest thing we can do right now is just be kind to each other, be patient, and give grace when we can, because everyone is kind of battling their own battles. We don't know what people are going through. And I would say that do unto others is probably the best advice that I've ever received and that I live my life by. It might not be what someone else would do or would say, but you can act the way you would want them to. You can react the way you would want somebody to react. If you come to a moral crossroads, take the high road, do the right thing, be kind. There's so much anger right now, and there's so much uncertainty and confusion, and it's hard to watch people that we care about become jaded and become cynical and bitter. And it might be easy to judge or to be upset, but I think the harder thing and the better thing to do is to try and offer kindness. And again, do unto others. What would you want someone to do if you were in that situation? So that's all for this week. I hope everyone is staying safe and staying pretty excited for the year ahead, even though there's turbulent times right now. Remember that gratitude is always welcome, and I really don't think you can ever give too much gratitude. Whether it's a thank you card, whether it's a gift, whether it's a text, whether it's an email, phone call, something that says, thank you for choosing to work with me. And remember the 3 questions from building a story brand. What do you offer? How will it make my life better? And what do I need to do to buy it? Keep it simple. If you get it more complicated than that, then you may lose the client before they even have a chance to buy from you. So that's all for this week. If you have any comments or questions or feedback, you can find me on Instagram at Your Home Sweet Home 519 Realtor, Facebook, Krystal Moore Real Estate Sales, or by going to my website at www.krystalleemore.ca. Stay healthy, happy, and grateful, everyone. Here's to a week of laughter, love, safety, and adventure at home.